Hello everyone, this is Vijay Swai, student lead of OSAP Katak chapter. I'm a bug hunter. I secured many companies like Google, Apple, Twitter, and many more. OSAP stands for Open Web Application Security Project. OSAP Katak chapter is a regional chapter of OSAP. For more information about our chapter, you can visit that link. Our aim is to share real knowledge to community. Today we have Mudassir Sarif, top 400 hacker on Sanak. He is currently working as information security analyst on banking sector at Saudi Arabia. Today, Mudassir Sharif will disclose one of his research, how he able to took over so many accounts using his own research and earned lots of bounty. Over to Mudassir Sharif.
Welcome all to today's talk, which is account takeover. My name is Mohammed Mudassir Sharif, and today we will discuss my methodology of account takeovers. A brief intro about who am I. I am an information security consultant. I do penetration testing, and I do penetration testing. I work across financial sectors, which include banking sector as well as other insurance companies. I do bug hunting on weekends. I started bug hunting in the year 2018, but couldn't continue due to time restriction and other constraints. Later, early this year, I resumed the bug bounty activities and also recently got onboarded to Synac platform on which I'm very much active. And yes, I'm an all-time learner. So today we will be discussing account takeover. So what is an account takeover? Uh, it is as simple as it's named, hacking into someone else's account, hacking into others' account with or without user interaction, or getting unauthorized access to someone else's account. So this is what account takeover is. There are multiple types of account takeovers out there. The most famous ones are through CSRF, password reset poisoning, leakage of tokens in response, and others. But today we'll discuss how we are going to directly abuse the functionalities which are present in the application, mostly through the registration page and user information update page. Before we dive into the topic, let's first understand the process of registration. So I believe many of you have come across this registration page on many applications. So this registration page asks the users to put input like first name, last name, mobile numbers, email IDs, and passwords. Once users fill up this data, this will be stored. This data will be stored in the backend. And then when the user goes to the login page, and if the user passes the correct information, the user will get login. So this is a very simple registration process which is out there and which is the most common process. Fine. Let's just go back to the registration again. And since we have registered already using email mudassir@xyz.com, let's try to re-register with the same email. So in any application, multiple users of same name can exist. Even if the last name is same, then that's not an issue. We'll try to pass the same email ID which was already registered, and we'll also put same password. Now, this time when the request goes to the backend, the application will restrict the usage of this particular email. Now, why is that? All the email IDs are unique to unique customers or unique users. So it's because of this email ID, the users are mapped and their accounts are being created. Now, at this point, if you want to take over any account, and at this stage, if you're able to convince backend that this email does not exist in your system, then this would let you direct access to victim's account. Yes, we'll see how it's done. We'll see how to analyze. We'll see how to do in detail validations or in detail analysis, I would say, if the systems are improperly configured or are weak at their validations. This would let you an account takeover. So before we start, let's just get over some boring stuff, which is mainly if you want to follow this approach, there are three important elements. One is regex, other one is encoding, and the other one is validations. Now, we'll see what is regex and why is that so important to know to take over accounts this way. We'll see why encoding and how can we take the advantage of encoding. We'll also see how a simple improper input validation could give you an account takeover. And yes, it has happened, not once, but multiple times. Fine. Let's just quickly go through what regex is. So regex is nothing but regular expressions. It is something like that. If you go and see the regex formats, it would be something like this. Regex is majorly used to create patterns and then mapping the values. Now, for example, Mudassir is the input, and in the system there is already Mudassir stored. So based on the user provided input, that's because of this regex, it will map letter by letter into the backend, and thus it will conclude that yes, this value exists into the system. So these are useful in search and replace operations. It depends on how it is implemented. Encodings and validations. So I believe all of us know what encoding is. It is a simple process of converting data from one to the other form. There are multiple encoding techniques out there. URL encoding, HTML encoding, base 32 or 64 encoding, uni encoding. We'll see how we are going to take the advantage, and we'll also see what type of encoding the web application utilizes or processes. And thus we are going to take advantage of that. We'll see how we are going to take advantage, and also how we are going to test the validations. So let me tell you, regex, if any system has implemented regex, from the front end, you will never know what exact formula, regex formula they have implemented. So we are going to do a series of trial and error methods, and based on the analysis, we are going to conclude the results. Let's go over some scenarios. So when you're trying to take our account using this way, in any application, your first target should be the registration page. So here, there is a scenario. This is the victim. It has email ID mudassirsheri58@gmail.com. Now let's assume that before we assume, there are two types of applications. One application sends you the confirmation link upon registration. So once you receive the registration link on your email, you'll have to go and click and confirm. Thus you'll get, thus after confirming, you can utilize your account properly. And there is also another type of application which does not ask for verification, but then it would simply notify you on mail that your account has been created. For the scenario, let's just suppose that this application is the second type of application where the users are getting a notification upon registration. Fine. Now this victim or this user has registered to a particular application using this email address. Now, as an attacker, let's see what we can do and how we can take over this victim's account. Now, as already mentioned, as an attacker, the first target should be the registration page. Now, the attacker would pass the name of the victim if he wants to take over the account. Will pass the same last name of the victim. He'll pass some different value for the password. But when it passes same email, the application is restricting the attacker. It's not allowing him to pass this value, as this value is already an existing value in the system. Now, at this point, at this instance, if you're able to make the system believe that this value does not exist or is not there in your system, you'll get direct access to the victim's account. And the application validates this value because of the fact that there is a regex which is doing this work for it. It's taking this value as whole and it's mapping into the backend. If this value is an existing value, then it restricts the user or attacker to register with the existing email ID. Let's start the analysis. Let's see how are we going to bypass a regex or poorly implemented regex. If I see the raw request of this, I can see that my email ID, the @ character is replaced with %40. So with this, I can understand that the application processes the URL encoding. So this should be noted down, and later we can see what advantage can we take out of it. Fine. Since we are passing Mudassir Sharif 58 at gmail.com, the application is restricting because this value is already existing and will not allow registration with using this email. Moving on, we are providing space just after the equal to sign. If regex is poorly implemented, it will fail to validate this value with the existing value. Now, if the regex is taking this as an input, it would take Mudassir Sharif with the space, that is special character, and with this one string, it's going to compare into the backend. Now, when it compares, now special character and Mudassir Sharif, this value is unique, is not present because when victim registered his email, it has just passed Mudassir Sharif 58 at gmail.com. It did not mention or it did not put space. Now, if regex is again improperly or poorly implemented, you will get direct access to the victim's account. Let's see another way. Now, you can also provide space after completing your email. Again, if the regex is poorly implemented, it will fail to validate this value with the existing value because this would be a new value to the system. We know the fact that the application processes the URL encoding. So what we are doing is we are changing either alphabet to URL encoded value. Here I have changed U to %75, which is URL encoded format. So we are taking advantage of the fact that the application process encoded values. And if again application fails to validate this, we will get direct access to victim's account. Now, here I have combined multiple ways or multiple techniques to register the victim's email. If the regex may be case sensitive, like it is treating capital M Mudassir as one value and small m Mudassir as another value. So I'm trying to change capital M into small m and I'm trying to register. I'm also URL encoding one alphabet and also I'm providing a space. Now you can also use your combinations or your creativity here. You can also use uni encoding or unicoding, sorry. You can change U to with some Latin or Turkish alphabets. And if again the system fails to validate this value, you will get direct access to victim's account. This method has worked perfectly for me I've also posted a blog about it where I was able to take over a complete organization. It was the result of poor validations. The application failed to distinguish between this character and this, and gave me the full admin privilege, using which I was able to delete the actual admin and like taking over that company completely on that particular platform. So this is how analysis should be done when you're trying to take over account through the registration page or using this method. Fine. We have scenario 2 as well. It is on update user information page, which is again a common page in most of the applications. So generally what applications provide users functionality is, it would provide functionality to users to change or update their information after the registration is being done. Now, the user can either change email or update email, or he or she can change password. Depending on the functionality, or depending on the depending on the functionality where you're targeting, either change. What happens is, if you're sometimes just changing password, if you notice in the post request body, your email is also going into the request. So you can target that particular parameter, and you can do analysis with all the cases which were explained before. So another way is direct. There would be an option to update email ID. So you can just target that functionality, and you can try out all the test cases which were explained before. So let's see, we will log in from attacker's account here. And now attacker from his account is trying to update his email to the victim's email. Fine. Now, when attacker does this directly, again, the application is restricting him to do it, because again, there is a regex which is present, and it is validating the value with the existing value, and thus not allowing the attacker to update email with the victim's email. A same set of analysis should be done on this particular page in order to check that whether account takeover is possible this way. I've briefed out the techniques or combinations, I would say, which can be used at this particular instance. So first we are providing space, and then we are providing email ID. In second case, what we are doing is we are providing space after completing the email. Now, spaces can also be URL encoded. So you can pass percentile 20 if the application processes URL encoding or URL encoded values. So you can also try different combination, like providing percentile 20 before email, and then after email percentile 20. You can also URL encode enter to percentile 0A, which will again work. That is also a special character. Enter and space, these are considered to be special characters. Again, you can also provide this enter at the end of the email or after completing the email. The plus sign is also considered as spaces. So you can also try plus signs as a special character, and if the application is failing to validate your inputs, I mean your crafted inputs, then you will get access to victim's account. Here I've used space and then the URL encoded enter value. Here I've also used Unicode encoded value with URL encoded enter. So you can come up with your own creative combinations and techniques. You can try out your ways, and if you're able to bypass that regex, then you are going to take over some number of accounts out there. Fine. So thus we know that how regex, encoding, and validations, how these three plays a very important role, and how simple is it to take over account if they are improperly implemented. Let me share you a short success story with regards to this findings. This finding is so unique that the Triage team did not believe that it can be done this way initially. They closed my report like two times, and the third time, they actually failed to validate this vulnerability. Then they gave me their own ID, which was registered to that particular web application. And when in no time, I took over their account and changed the password to hello at the rate 123. And because of the uniqueness of this vulnerability, it was very difficult for them to actually accept that this is also, I mean, account takeovers can also be done this way. So I made a bunch of cash using this techniques, and it is a very time consuming process. You have to be very conscious, and you have to take notes what techniques or what combination you're trying out, because when you try multiple combinations again and again, and if one of them works out, and then if you go back you will not remember. So please make sure that you're taking notes of what techniques you're doing. This is difficulty what I faced during this type of analysis. Fine. I'll also want to share a very, very rare case of another type of account takeover. For example, most of us know the concept of lockouts, account get lockouts. And there is also another category which says that account is being disabled. And this generally happens when you try to log in with a wrong or incorrect value. If the password is wrong and you're trying multiple times, the application would disable or lock out the account. So this has to be, I mean, more information has to be fetched about this topic. But then this is a very, very rare case, and it has happened only once with me. What I did was I brute forced the account of the victim. I made the account disabled after brute forcing. After performing a brute force attack, the account of the victim got disabled. I went to the registration page and registered using the victim's account, and I actually got the access of victim's account. So you can try out this way as well, add through registration page or through user update information page, and check out if the application is also vulnerable to this kind of attacks. So that's all for the day. Thank you all for attending, for making time to listen to me. Have patience, stay motivated, and much, and bye bye.
Thank you so much, Sarif. This was one of the most powerful way to take over an account. I'm sure most of people liked today's session. And if anyone interested in presenting your talks or your research or something like that, so there is a Google form in the comment section. You just need to fill in the form and we will reach back to you soon. Or also you can reach me on LinkedIn or Twitter. And thank you everyone for your response. Thank you.